Okay, we're back for our second year of A-levels in RS, and today we're going to be looking at Sikh Initiation and Sikh Identity. The initiation ceremony is otherwise known as Amrit Sanskar, and that is a ceremony that was initially set up by Guru Gobind Singh, only it had a different name in 1699 when he sort of started it all up, and it was known as Candida Bahul. And we all know the story. If you don't, I'll put a link for you somewhere around here. And it's the story of the five holy men and the Panch Pyari, and they gave their lives for their faith. So they were the first to be baptized in this sort of initiation ceremony. Now, upon initiation, a Sikh who undergoes the Amrit Sanskar ceremony, they become a member of the Khalsa Brotherhood, and they also have a new title. It's called an Amritdhari Sikh. We'll get onto the different types of Sikhs a bit later, but an Amritdhari Sikh is one who is involved with the concept of Panch Kaki. We'll get onto that in a bit later as well. So initiation, while this version of it was set up by Guru Gobind Singh, it's been around for a while, and it was around since the times of Guru Nanak. Only then it was known as Charan Amrit. Some people call it Charan Bahul or Pag Bahul. There's quite a few names for it. Now, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to use Charan Bahul. In Charan Bahul, these fellows called the neophytes, I think that's pronounced, they would pour water onto the Guru's feet to be initiated into the Guru's, how do I put this, collection of followers. And those followers would drink the water that had been poured onto their feet, and then they would seek blessings from the Guru. And a couple of quotes for you to use here. One from, I think it's pronounced Bhai Gurdas or Bhaya Gurdas, I'm not sure, but it's only on receiving initiation from the Guru can a disciple call himself a Sikh. And that's quite a handy quote, I feel, if you're ever on one of those AO2 debate sort of questions, if you've got something along the lines of, can a Patit Sikh call himself a Sikh? And you can bring that quote in and say, no, because a Patit Sikh hasn't received Amrit, and therefore hasn't received initiation from the Guru and all that. If you don't know what a Patit Sikh is, don't worry, we'll get onto that later as well. And another one, it's always good to know a couple. This one's from Guru Nanak. Only a few obtain the sublime essence of the ambrosial Amrit ambrosial Amrit united in union with the true Guru. Ambrosial meaning, how do I put this, material of the gods. Now, the Amrit Sanskar ceremony, you need to know sort of the form of which it is laid out. It's sort of like a step-by-step guide of what happens. So the Sikh will begin the day with Japji or Nam Japo. Japji, if you don't know what that is, that's Guru Nanak's prayer. And Nam Japo is the personal worship, as opposed to Nam Simran, which is the group worship. Actually, saying that, I might have those two the wrong way round. It's worth checking. The Sikh will then wash the hair, as will the 5 Sikhs administrating the ceremony, and then the Sikh will put on the 5 Ks. Remember, we touched on this on the slide before. Panch Kaki, that's the proper name for the 5 Ks. After that, they will head on to the Gurdwara. The Amrit Sanskar ceremony is conducted in silence, and there will be 6 Sikhs present during the ceremony. These 6 being the 5 Panch Pyari and the Granthi. And if you don't know what the Granthi is, I've got it here. Hang on. Here we are. The Granthi is the person, male or female, of the Sikh religion who is the ceremonial reader of the Guru Granth Sahib. So in most ceremonies, we all probably know that the Guru Granth Sahib has a couple of passages read from it. The Granthi will be the person that does this. So during the ceremony, the head is to be covered with a piece of cloth, and there is no jewelry to be worn and no other religious markings are to be worn. If the Sikh has been reinitiated, so if this is his second time going through the ceremony, or the third or fourth, then a penalty is to be paid, and the Sikhs must, they're just going to reassure the other Sikhs around them that they are willing to now abide by the rules of the Khalsa. And once this is done, the 5 holy men, they will utter a prayer for the preparation of the Amrit. And then, obviously, by the Granthi, the random passage of the Guru Granth Sahib is read. And the salutation is repeated with the Amrit sprinkled on the eyes and the hair of the Sikh who is undergoing the ceremony 5 times. And then the Amrit is in something called a batter, which is a bowl, and the Sikh will take a sip from that bowl of the Amrit, and the rest is given to the others who are being initiated. The bowl is sometimes known as Amrit. I'm going to guess that's pronounced Chakna, I'm going to guess. And finally, the Mool mantra is recited by the initiated by the initiated Sikh, and they become a member of the Khalsa Brotherhood. A couple of quotes for you as well. One from Guru Amar Das: "The Amrit is obtained when the Guru grants his grace. He enshrines the true Lord within the mind." And another one: "Those humble people become pure. They become Khalsa, who know the Lord's loving devotional wordship." And that's from a guy whose name, apparently there are so many different ways of pronouncing it. I call it Kabir. Apparently that one of them is Kabaya. But, so long as you know how to spell it right, it's not going to be a problem in the exam. And obviously just knowing the step-by-step guide of how Amrit Sanskar works isn't enough in the second year. You need to show the examiner that you have knowledge and that you understand the meaning of certain steps. So a couple of these key steps we'll go through now, what the meaning of them is. So the Sikh washing the hair, that the meaning behind that is that it is to symbolize a clean mind, body and soul. The fact that it is conducted in silence is to help the Sikh focus the mind on Waheguru, which is the Sikh God. Hopefully you knew that already. The presence of the 6 Sikhs is a historical link to when Guru Gobind Singh founded the Khalsa. So those 6 Sikhs back in the day when Guru Gobind Singh was doing it was himself and the 5 holy men. The fact that the 5 Ks are to be worn, that is a daily reminder of Waheguru. It's also an outward expression of faith and identity, and it is initiation into the Khalsa in the fullest form. Now, I've been looking around on the AQA resources and mark schemes that they give. It would appear that this phrase, in the fullest form, is a phrase that they like to use. It's often in the mark scheme for essays that we get. And just again, the idea of letting everyone know, I'm being serious this time. I am willing to obey the rules. That is initiation into the Khalsa in the fullest form of faith. The concept of the Amrit is similar to the Kara Prashad, and that reminds the Sikhs of the sweetness of God. Kara Prashad, if you don't know, when a Sikh goes to a Gurdwara, they go into I think it's called the Darbar Sahib, is like the worship room where they go to the Guru Granth Sahib and do their daily prayer or whatever. When they leave, they are given it's almost like a cake mix. It's a combination of sugar, flour, I think brown sugar. It has something significant to do with it, but it's called Kara Prashad, and it's like a little snack and it's very sweet, just to remind you of the sweetness of God. And the Mool mantra being recited, that's another outward expression of faith in the fullest form. Quote for you from Guru Nanak: "Tasting the Amrit, the ambrosial nectar, they abide in the Lord's name." And straight on to Sikh identity. The types of Sikhs. Now, Amrit Dari Sikh, we know what that is. That's everything we've just been talking about before. An Amrit Dari Sikh is someone who's been initiated. They will wear the Panch Kaki and they're a member of the Khalsa. Done. We know it. Kesh Dari Sikh, that is a Sikh who maintains Kesh, which is the uncut hair. So if you see a Sikh with uncut hair, likelihood is that they're a Kesh Dari Sikh. However, they may not maintain the other 4 Ks. If you don't know what the other 4 Ks are, don't worry, we'll get into that in a bit. But the key thing is that they have not been initiated. As soon as a Sikh becomes initiated, then they are Amrit Dari. So we have Sahaj Dari Sikhs, and they are Sikh, they're faithful, but they do not necessarily have the uncut hair, but they may display other outward expressions of faith and of their identity. And finally, we have a Patit Sikh. A Patit Sikh is a lapped Sikh. It's someone who they have uncut hair. They don't wear the 5Ks at all necessarily, but the basic concept of a Patit Sikh is that they essentially don't follow the main Sikh code of conduct, yet they do believe, they maintain belief and faith in Waheguru. So the 5Ks, or Panch Kaki as we're Going to start calling them if we want good marks. It includes kesh, which is the uncut hair. And now, to a Sikh, hair is a gift from God. Guru Nanak began the practice of keeping the hair uncut. And the idea is that hair is an integral part of the human body created by God. And Guru Gobind Singh, he instructed that the wearing of the turban is a good idea because it keeps the hair safe, neat, and tidy, just so you're not looking like an absolute wild madman. Next up, we have Kanga, and that is the comb. Similar sort of principle in as much as it keeps it neat and tidy, but the main thing is that it is a promotion of social identity. And Kara is the bracelet. Symbolizes restraint from evil deeds. A Sikh friend of mine put it in the sense that, say, if he was about to be very violent and aggressive, he was going to throttle someone. When he sees his hand out in front of him, he notices the Kara, and it reminds him, okay, what I'm doing is wrong. I must stop what I'm doing. But the main thing about the Kara is that it is a bracelet. It is circular, and that represents the oneness of God. Our school went on a Gurdwara trip not that long ago, and the guy who was giving us a tour around, he said that the nature of a circle is similar to the nature of God, in as much as you can't point to where the beginning or end of a circle is, and that's the same concept with God. He has no beginning or end. He is whole. There is that sense of oneness with him. We have the kirpan, which is the blade. Now, obviously, Sikhs abide by the law of the land, so you don't see Sikhs wandering around with swords and things in the UK, but the idea is that it is an emblem of courage and self-defense. Hopefully, you would have touched on Miri and Piri. Basically, the blade contributes to the Miri part, and it maintains. It's where a Sikh maintains belief that someone should never let someone else perform injustice. A lot of this dates back to, I believe it was Guru Arjan. I might have this wrong, but when they helped free the, I think it was 52 Hindu princes. Again, I might have that wrong. I'll edit that out if it was wrong. And next up, we have the shorts. I've no idea how this is pronounced. There's so many different ways for it. I'm going to call it Kaksh, I think. And this is symbolizing a faithful life, and it reminds a Sikh of their self-restraint from passions and desires, and it reminds them of their duties should they ever get carried away with lust in today's secular world. But it also originates from the idea of the Sikh warrior, enabling a lot of free movement on the front line. The initial shorts that they would wear would be obscuring their vision a lot. It would get blown away. It was sort of like a one piece instead of the two separate leggings, and it would just be quite a hassle for the Sikh warrior. So they adapted it to make it much more practical. And finally, oh blimey, is it? I'm going to guess that's pronounced the Shiromani Gurdwara Prabangak Committee. I don't know. They basically, it's a quote for you here, that they say that Sahajdari is a Sikh who have expressed their desire to adopt Sikhism slowly and gradually, its doctrines, ethics, and tenets, with belief in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib and the 10 Gurus. And another one is from the same people again. A Sahajdari Sikh is a person who performs ceremonies according to the Sikh rites, who does not use tobacco, kutha, I think that's pronounced, in any form, who is not a patit, and who can recite Mul Mantra. And this guy, I'm just going to call him Dr. Kur, he says that man marks the climax of evolution even among mammals, and has the most complex and highly developed brain and the longest hair on the head. Now, I find that's a good quote to use if you're ever talking about a Keshdari Sikh, because the longest hair on the head, that's what he's referencing there in terms of Kesh. And the Delhi Sikh Gurdwaras Act 1971, another quote, they say that a patit means a Sikh who trims or shaves his beard or hair, or who, after taking Amrit, commits any one or more of the four, I'm guessing that's pronounced Kurahits, And thank you to this chap on Facebook who sums up what those 4 karahats are. That is the trimming of your hair, so that's basically not obeying Kesh. That's 1. 2 is use of tobacco or intoxicants. 3 is eating of any meat prepared by other religions. And the last one is adultery. Okay, and that's all you need to know in terms of the fundamental basics for Amrit Sanskar. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to do extra revision on top of this because it's never not enough.